The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. An unexamined life is not worth living. By all means, marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. Wisdom begins in wonder. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. True knowledge exists in knowing that you know nothing. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing. The only good is knowledge, and the only evil is ignorance. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. An honest man is always a child. To find yourself, think for yourself. Our prayers should be for blessings in general, for God knows best what is good for us. Contentment is natural wealth, luxury is artificial poverty. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. The unexamined life is not worth living for a human being. Regard your good name as the richest jewel you can possibly be possessed of. I am not an Athenian or a Greek, but a citizen of the world. An honest man is always a child. The hottest love has the coldest end. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. Prefer knowledge to wealth, for the one is transitory, the other perpetual. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall gain easily what others have labored hard for. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. Regard your good name as the richest jewel you can possibly be possessed of. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. There is only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance. When desire, having rejected reason and overpowered judgment which leads to right, is set in the direction of the pleasure which beauty can inspire, and when again under the influence of its kindred desires it is moved with violent motion towards the beauty of corporeal forms, it acquires a surname from this very violent motion, and is called love. Remember, no human condition is ever permanent. Then you will not be overjoyed in good fortune nor too scornful in misfortune. Thou shouldst eat to live, not live to eat. Worthless people live only to eat and drink. People of worth eat and drink only to live. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. He is richest who is content with the least, for content is the wealth of nature. The greatest blessings granted to mankind come by way of madness, which is a divine gift. To find yourself, think for yourself. The envious person grows lean with the fatness of their neighbor. When the debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of the loser. There is no possession more valuable than a good and faithful friend. He who commits injustice is ever made more wretched than he who suffers it. Sometimes you put walls up not to keep people out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. Smart people learn from everything and everyone, average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. The end of life is to be like God, and the soul following God will be like him. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Strong minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, weak minds discuss people. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. No man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. To fear death, my friends, is only to think ourselves wise, without being wise, for it is to think that we know what we do not know. It is not living that matters, but living rightly. The easiest and noblest way is not to be crushing others, but to be improving yourselves. I am not an Athenian or a Greek, but a citizen of the world. When the debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of the loser. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The hour of departure has arrived, and we go our ways, I to die, and you to live. Which is better? Only God knows. Envy is the ulcer of the soul. There is no possession more valuable than a good and faithful friend. Bad men live that they may eat and drink, whereas good men eat and drink that they may live. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. Contentment is natural wealth, luxury is artificial poverty. The unexamined life is not worth living. The unexamined life is not worth living for a human being. Death may be the greatest of all human blessings. Beauty is a short-lived tyranny. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. If you like this video, I appreciate like the video and subscribe to my channel.